Apparently you guys loved the last video I did on the what does $400,000 get you series, but in this one you wanted something more affordable. So we're gonna be doing $250,000. I'm gonna take you on a tour around the best Twin Cities suburbs so you can get an idea of what your money's gonna get you, depending on where you wanna live around Minnesota. Let's take you over to the map. Now, first off, you're gonna see this is just a survey of everything available. This is on my public website here, and this is all the homes up to $250,000. So first of all, just know that there's plenty of options around the Twin Cities. And you've probably heard me say in other videos on this channel that the north side is just simply a little bit less expensive. So as you can see here, this is everything. Townhomes, condos, and single families up to $250,000. So there's gonna be a lot more options on the north side of Minneapolis, St. Paul. So if you're looking for something affordable, I would consider the north side. All right, now I've got loaded up for you 7 different properties, and we're gonna start you off over in St. Paul. Now, this one, the first 2 that I'm gonna show you are pretty major fixer-uppers, which is something that you can get. It's a great opportunity at the lower price points, but if that's not your jam, don't worry. I'll have some definite move-in ready options in just a minute for you. So this one's going to be a little single family home. It's got an attached garage, 1-level living. So if you're looking for a rambler, this could be a great option for you. But you're gonna see what I actually love about this property. This is kind of Haley and I's jam. It's definitely a little bit dated. It's not real updated. Appliances are old, the countertops are old. This one seems to me like a lot of times we see older people that lived in their homes for decades and they took great care of it, but they didn't care to update things. That's what this one seems like to me. So potentially, I mean, go paint out that brick, maybe get rid of some paneling. Those beams can be a really cool accent if you do it right. But overall, this one's gonna be a great option if you're looking to just have a little bit of a fixer-upper. I think this one seems clean enough to be able to move into, but you probably are gonna wanna get rid of some pink tile. This one's got 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,900 square feet over on the south side of St. Paul there. This one's actually a really cool option. The last video I did, which was the best 15 suburbs according to niche.com to buy a house in 2023 this one's actually right next to Minneapolis Heights, which was #1 on that list. So this one can be a great option for you if you're looking in the St. Paul area. The second one that I want to take you to is down kind of the Bloomington area here. And this one is definitely another fixer-upper. This property is got a ton of potential. I mean, it's 3 beds, 2 baths as well. This one's only 1,400 square feet, but it's only priced at $210,000. So it's a great bargain. This one is gonna have a detached garage, but it is a 2-car. Personally, I love this brick fireplace. This just screams Joanna Gaines if you're into fixer-upper. But this one's small. It's got real hardwood floors. It's got really a lot of wood on the walls too. The kitchen is certainly less clean and livable. Those cabinets look like they've been beat up a little bit. So this one's gonna be a serious fixer-upper. This one's for someone, you know, that kind of looks like mold to me, a little bit of water damage and things. So the difference between this one is gonna be, it's gonna take a lot of work to get the property fixed up, but you're also gonna have higher upside potential because Bloomington home prices are gonna be just a little bit higher. And so the after reno value potential on this property is even a little bit higher. So with this property right here, I'm putting in only 3% down with rates where they're at. You're still at only $1,800 a month. #1, I would tell you, even if you don't want a major fixer-upper like that, I would strongly encourage you to consider something that needs a little bit of sweat equity, even if it's just a little bit ugly, but it's livable and you can deal with it for a while. For my younger buyers, my first-time buyers, or for older ones that are buying their first home, definitely get something that's got a little bit of roughness around the edges, and I think you can make a great purchase. So why don't we take you in a little bit closer into Minneapolis. Now, this first one I'm gonna show you is over closer to the Mississippi River, so I do actually like this one. This is also a great option if you're looking to get into Minneapolis or downtowns. You want a closer commute, this is a great option. Now, what I told you before, I'm gonna show you start fixer-uppers, and then we're gonna go to some move-in ready homes. So this one, you're gonna sacrifice the size of the home for the condition of it. So you're gonna get a lot better condition for a smaller home. So this one is an older home as well. This one is very move-in ready. I mean, it's adorable. I really appreciate how this listing agent staged it. And full disclosure, none of these are my listings. They're just what's available to you on all the public sites. So you can see this one right here. It's got real hardwood floors. It's got painted trim, but it's still got that cool historic large format trim. It's definitely in great shape. It's move-in ready. The kitchen isn't super updated, or maybe not real modern finishes, but it has been updated at some point, which is great. I mean, maybe if you want stainless appliances, you could throw those in there. It's got that historic clawfoot tub. I mean, very vintage. Some people love them, some people hate them, but there's nothing wrong with it. You know, if a person's looking for character and charm, this has got it. Fenced backyard. It's got a detached garage that's off of the alleyway there. Plenty of good options. The price point on this one is right at your $250,000. It's going to be slightly because it's closer to the downtowns. People love that for shorter commute times. It's more walkable and it's close to a lot of other amenities. So you'll pay a little bit more for that and for the condition of it being so nice. It's only 2 bed, 1 bath, 900 square feet. But other than that, for only 250,000 bucks, this seems like a great purchase. Why don't we take you to a condo? Now, I don't do a ton of condos on this show. You know, this channel is more about the suburbs, but this one's a really, really cool property. I mean, I'm digging this. Some people absolutely love, you know, the big wide trim, the crown molding, all the cool features like that. This one's got radiators. Some people love them, some people hate them, depending on what your jam is. This one is in a multiplex, so I believe this one's an 8-unit building typically. Some of these are 4s depending on how big they are, but this one's got so much charm going on. It's very move-in ready. The kitchen on this one I'm not real impressed with. Maybe you'd want to update this one, but again, maybe you could see the rest of the home is livable, so then you can update things as you go. Bathrooms, very clean, very fine shape right there. The windows have been updated, and so there's a lot of those big expenses you don't have to deal with. And being that this is in a multi, there's going to be a little association that maintains the exterior of the building. So this one is about the cheapest on our list. This one's only at $210,000, okay? Very, very inexpensive property. Also only 2-bed, 1-bath, a little more than 1,000 square feet there. So it's a great option. This is going to be very walkable. You've got several of the lakes close by, Lake Bray, Makaska, and a few others. The Greenway Belt goes through there, and so it's a really cool option if you're wanting to, you know, have a little bit of downtown nightlife, that sort of thing, you know, mom and pop restaurants, any of that. This one's going to be a great option at a very affordable price. The suburbs. Why don't we start down in Eden Prairie now? Eden Prairie is one of our highest demand areas. This is down towards that southwest corner of the Twin Cities. This property here, this is a townhome. I love townhomes for first-time buyers, partially because I like the suburbs just in general. It's kind of, I prefer a little more space and peace and quiet. But at $239,000, this one's going to keep the budget down for you. This one is where you walk in on the main level here. So I'll show you, this is your front door there. You can walk in. This one has a patio out the front, so you could have a little barbecue there typically. Very redone. It's got a nice gas fireplace, and all of your main living area is on the main level here. And then upstairs in a second, we'll show you where the bedrooms are. It does have an attached garage. This is an interior unit. You might not love interior units, but for a first home, for a starter property, just to get yourself into the door of earning some equity, this is a really cool option. I mean, you've got clean stainless steel. Nothing really has to be redone. Maybe it's a little bit builder grade, but you can always update those things later. Huge master bedroom, good sized bedrooms upstairs. And just like Bloomington with my previous one, Eden Prairie is such a high demand area because it's got great schools. It's got the Eden Prairie Mall right there. It's got a ton of really cool options. If you put a little bit of money into a property like this in Eden Prairie, that value is definitely going to increase for you. And then with your first house, I mean, maybe this is a 4-year plan, 5-year plan for you, something like that. Then you can get into the property. Let's see. Roughly $2,300 a month. That's going to include your HOA. They'll maintain all the exterior of the home for you. For a few years, you can move out of this property, maybe upgrade to a single family, and then you can keep this as a rental property if you wanted to, or if you've made some nice equity, you could sell that, roll the equity as a down payment into your next home. So just remember, your first home is definitely not your forever home. The North Metro is going to be a little bit less expensive. So let's show you two different options that are up there. We're gonna go back to a single family home now. Now this one is $240,000, 3 beds, 2 bath, 1,300 square feet. So we're getting a little bit bigger again. The cool thing about this one is it's a rambler, so there's no stairs really to get into your property. This is the whole main area there, so you can see cool fireplace. I love when they paint them. If you see brick and it's ugly, just envision this in your head because a painted fireplace is so cool. Very, very in trend right now. This is your main living area there, of course. Living room on the right, dining room on our left right here. Bar top seating, decent sized kitchen. It's not huge, but then it walks right out the back of the house. Tons of daylight through this home, no stairs, and all your laundry and everything's on the main level. So for this price point to get up into Coon Rapids, I'm very impressed with this property. Looks like new carpet. This one looks like a flip to me. Detached garage, which is a little bit of a bummer. I mean, if you're in Minnesota, for those moving to Minnesota, I do strongly encourage an attached garage. But for this price point, not having an HOA, let's look at the payment real quick. Under $2,000. We've got a property similar to this that we're renting out right now for $2,500. So to be able to own for less than you can rent is a great option. At the very least, lock in your payments and get something that's affordable. Last one here, and this one might be my favorite of all of them. This one is up by Lake George. This is going to be in Oak Grove area. Smaller, so you're only getting 2 bed, 1 bath, 800 square feet. But the pretty cool perk of it, if I start kind of towards the back end, it's right next to Lake George. The public access is right across the street. I'll show you in a second. This one's also been redone, so this is probably the nicest that we're going to show you today. All the cabinets have been redone, stainless appliances, the floors are done, the carpets are clean. It looks like a pretty good layout, even though it's smaller. If you're not needing a ton of square feet, this could be a good option. And something to keep in mind when you see properties like this, I don't think it'll be the case with this one, but with a lot of them, they're actually gonna have an unfinished basement. So then grow into the home, finish the basement as you go. But to be a walking distance to the lake is a ton of fun. I mean, your kids would have a ton of fun. Really, really cool options. So what's the point of this? There's definitely affordable options around the Twin Cities. Get into a starter home, be modest on that budget, maybe take on a little bit more of a fixer-upper than you're willing to, because that'll give you the opportunity for some equity growth over time. And then eventually you can definitely become a homeowner and move up and up and up in the type of home you get. That's just a quick snippet of what you're gonna get for $250,000 around the Twin Cities. As I mentioned, I've got another video just like this at $400,000 price point. That's primarily single families, and we're gonna do a bunch of different price points. There's also full neighborhood tours on our channel, market updates, and everything else. So you can find all my contact info in the description down below, and I'll catch you on the next one.